Around Lady Golden Eagles and the Southwestern Christian Eagles. Visitors from Bethany, Oklahoma. Come into tonight's contest 4-8 in conference play. The John Brown Golden Eagles come in at 7-5 and 7-5 in conference play. Bailey Cameron gets the quick bucket. Southwest Christian looking to snap a bit of a losing streak to the Golden Eagles. They've lost the last two matchups between these teams. And the Lady Golden Eagles are looking to get back on track after winning or losing 3 of their last 4 games, trying to get a conference win tonight. 2 mid-range jumpers in the paint from both teams. Swing around to Sarah Williams. She tries to drop it underneath, and Bailey Cameron can't handle the pass.
Good motion offense, though, for JBU. The shot was open for Bailey down there. Pass just kind of skipped in a little bit low and off of her foot there. But Jeff, you mentioned lost 3 of the last 4. Kind of a rough patch for both JBU teams, trying to kind of pick up a little bit of momentum that really hasn't been for either team lately.
Yeah, that road trip really was tough on them as they went on the road and took on USAO and Mid-America Christian and lost both of those games. And then, of course, taking on one of the top teams in Oklahoma City, the Golden Eagles, in their last game, lost that one. Loose ball foul on the rebound against Southwest Christian. Sarah Williams bringing it up now. Top of the key to Bailey Cameron at the elbow. Back to Cameron. Cameron's going to pull up quick for a shot. So 2 quick jumpers by Bailey Cameron, and she gets involved in the offense early. Look for Bailey Cameron, obviously the top scorer for the Golden Eagles, and then for Southwest Christian, Eliora Johnson, their 5'11" senior. She averages nearly 15 points per game and almost 14 rebounds a game, so she averages a double-double. Carter, you called that out before the broadcast. Just some staggering numbers for Eliora Johnson.
She will fill the stat sheet, so you'll see who Coach Soderquist puts on her. A little bit of a zone right now.
And they'll catch Southwest Christian for a moving screen. So far, Johnson hasn't had a chance to do much in the early goings.
Southwestern playing with a bit of a short bench, only has 4 players sitting on the bench, and one of them has to take a seat as Jans picks up personal number 2.
Long pass all the way across to the other side. Orpo retains possession of the ball. Cameron, they swing to Williams. Push it around to Dynas. Dynas smartly drives to draw the defense away, and Schammel now pulls up at the free throw line. Good shot. No good on the, couldn't get it to fall.
Good ball movement though, and good shot. They were very patient there. Kind of a signature of a JBU offense.
Southwest Christian now. Guarded by Kimmy Dynas. She has the ball screen at the top of the key, and they'll pull up off the back of the iron, no good, and they're going to say she stepped out of bounds. That was Eliora Johnson. She pulled down her first board of the night. But it'll go back to JBU. So another good defensive stand for the Golden Eagles. Inside to Cameron. Williams is open, drops it into Cameron again, all the way back out to Schammel. She thought about the shot, now wants to drive. Picks up the screen from Cameron. Now has Dynas. That's good.
3-point basket by Kimmy Dynas.
Dynas open for 3 and knocks it down, and the Golden Eagles now have a 5-point lead. A little over 3 minutes elapsed here in this first quarter. Pull-up shot was good. That's Carly Freimeyer. Dynas is open again. No good, but she pulls down her own rebound. About runs into Jana Schammel, but they'll recover.
Always follow the shot.
And Dyna's so good at doing just that. Hand off to Shamel. She tries to pick it up in between two defenders, gets it tipped, and that'll go back to the Southwest Christian Eagles. Here's Freimeyer now. She's picked up by Williams. Johnson comes to set the screen. They'll go to the wing to Vestal. Vestal wants to drive. Kicks it out, and Shamel's there to try to take it away, and Shamel does. They take it away. But they'll say to go back. They'll go back to the Southwest Christian Eagles. They've got 7 on the shot clock. 3-point bucket's good on the inbound. That's Freimeyer again. Williams was a little bit late closing out on the shooter, and they knocked it down. Some subs in. There's Jordan Martin. She got open underneath. They're going to say the foul was on the floor, no basket, but that'll send her to the line. Or no, the inbound, excuse me.
Martin kind of snuck in behind the defense there. The entirety of their attention was in that corner.
It looked like she was trying to get the defender to foul her as she went up for the shot, as she slowed down a little bit to pump fake, and probably could have had the shot without it. Bailey Cameron in traffic gets that one taken away. Ill-advised pass. Christina working on Johnson, and she'll pick up her first foul.
Golden Eagle foul charged to number 14, Louisa Christina.
So it's Christina, Jordan Martin, and Taylor Fergan checking in.
At the line for 2 shots, Eliora Johnson.
And Cameron and Shamel stay on the court, which isn't that abnormal. Bailey Cameron leads the team by a large margin in minutes, 522. The next closest is Shamel with 479. Kimmy Dinas is the only other Golden Eagle over 400 minutes. The rest of them, coach keeps in a rotation.
Christina checked in, though. She did have 11 points off the bench. When she's shooting well, she's a very valuable commodity off the bench.
Fergan gets trapped by the double team and then passes into trouble. It looks like they're going to call that. No, it is a 2. Cameron going to pull up for the 3-point shot, and that's good.
3-point basket by Bailey Cameron.
And that stops a 8-0 run, or a 9-0 run, excuse me, by the Southwest Christian Eagles. As it stands, they're still on a 9-3 run, and the Golden Eagles need to get a stop here.
Really, the only scoring for JBU has come from Bailey. She's got 7 of the 10 points.
Golden Eagle foul charged to number 4.
The other 3 came from Kimmy Dinas, who's no longer on the court right now. Other Eagles going to have to step up and chip into the scoring effort a little bit.
Fergan picks up that first personal. 3-point bucket, no good. Jordan Martin's there for the board. She pulls it up. Cameron. Christina. Catch and shoot, and that's good.
3-point basket by Louisa Christina.
Just as you mentioned it, Carter, needs someone else to step up, and Christina's shooting off the bench. And you mentioned it, her ability from 3. She's shooting at nearly a 50% clip from behind the arc. She's at 46%, or excuse me, 48% on the season. Bailey Cameron pulls down the rebound, and she'll take it up herself and then drop it off to Taylor Fergan to set up the offense.
Louisa loves that top of the key shot, and they'll send her off of screens.
Great
Bailey
ball
Cameron
movement there
Jana Shamel.
between Bailey Cameron and Jana Shamel.
JBU hits back with their own 8-0 run.
Golden Eagle foul charged.
Like that'll be on Jordan Martin.
Her first personal foul, 13th
A little
foul.
aggressive
Checking
fighting
now
through that
for the
screen.
Golden Eagles, number 23, Karina Chandra, number 25, Presley Reese. In the game for Southwestern, number 23, McKenna Morley, and number 33, Brooklyn Judkins.
Johnson now. Top of the key to Freimeyer. She drops it off. Freiermeyer wants to drive. She pulls up. Johnson pulls down the board. Screstina's there. Good defensive series by the Golden Eagles. And Presley Reese pulls down the rebound.
Pretty athletic effort on the rebound right there by Presley.
Chandra drops off to Screstina. Hands to Fergan, 18 on the shot clock. Golden Eagles have time. Chandra is going to drive inside, loses the ball on spinning around, and then it goes out of bounds off of Southwest Christian, and the Golden Eagles will have 9 to shoot it. This is a key next couple minutes as Bailey Cameron and Jana Shamel sit on the bench. This is typically when the Golden Eagles get into trouble, is when they don't have Screstina pulling or spinning around with the shot, but when they don't have Bailey Cameron and Jana Shamel on the court. It's really been one of their big offensive struggles, is the offense not working when Bailey Cameron's not on the court.
It was a makeable shot for Screstina there, though. Maybe they'll find a few more of those kind of shorter shots underneath.
Reese a little too aggressive coming
Golden
out on
Eagle
that.
foul
Coach
charged to
Soderk
number
was not
25,
happy about the
Presley Reese.
moving
Her first
screens.
personal foul, fourth team foul.
Or the moving screens as he sees them, and they will call that one a travel on Southwest Christian. So it'll go back to JBU. They're up 15-11. Just over 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Golden Eagles have tightened up defensively ever since that quick little run. Chandra's going to pull up for three, no good. Golden Eagles have tightened up defensively ever since that quick little run. Chandra's going to pull up for three, no good. Three-point shot pulled down by Screstina, and Taylor Fergan out and running in transition now. She thought about trying to find Presley Reese underneath the basket, or looked like some miscommunication there. Thought Presley Reese would be cutting.
And Jeff, you mentioned it. They need to find some offense when Bailey's not on the floor, and that's 3 straight possessions without a bucket since Bailey left.
Missed shot. Screstina doing a good job coming in for that rebound, and she may have come in a little bit too aggressively. Let's see what the call is.
Golden Eagle foul charged to number 14, Louisa Screstina. Her second.
That's her second foul in the
15
first
foul.
quarter, so she'll check out. Rosa Orpo will come in. Kimmy Dynas will check back in as well. Unfortunately, the Golden Eagles, to your point, Carter, have played good defense on the last couple possessions because they haven't scored. It's kind of been a stalemate both ways.
Checking in now for the Golden Eagles, Kimmy Dynas and Rosa Orpo, replacing Louisa Screstina and Jordan Martin. In now for Southwestern, number 31, Carly Richardson. Also checking in for Southwestern, number 1, Kylie Vestal.
Fergan now. Drops off to Dynas. To Orpo.
There's 1 minute remaining in the first
Chandra,
quarter.
three-point shot, no good. And it looks like Johnson tried to keep it in and save it as it was going out of bounds, and that'll stay with the Golden Eagles. So
I don't think any Southwestern player touched it there. I think Eliora must have thought it. They had, however.
Fergan, another dangerous pass trying to get it to Orpo. Coach Soderquist not happy about the call, or the no call. Pull-up shot at the top of the key, no good. Dynas pulls it down. Shot clock's turned off. and she'll run in transition. Trying to feed it to Presley Reese. They cut that passing lane off. Now to Chandra. She swings to Fergan. Out to Reese, top of the key. Johnson closes out, so they go back to Orpo. 11 on the clock now. They drop it inside to Chandra, and she's fouled.
JBU can't score on this possession. They'll go entirely scoreless with Bailey on the bench here in the first quarter.
Fourth team foul.
Fergan now to Dynas. Now to Chandra. Chandra driving in, dropping it off to Dynas. She gets just enough room. Can't make the shot fall, but that's a good shot.
Score Southwestern Christian 13, your choice.
Shamel and Cameron back in along with Jordan Williams. So we've got our original starting five back on the court for the Golden Eagles. Orpo doing a nice job cutting off the path to the basket for Johnson. And that goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Southwest Christian. But again, nice defense there by the Golden Eagles, shutting down the top scorer of Southwest Christian. Pull-up shot by Johnson, no good. Jana Shamel now running in transition. Swings to Orpo, round to Dynas. Shamel. Great shot by Shamel coming around underneath the basket baseline, and with a quick turnaround, she breaks the scoring drop for the Golden Eagles.
Great ball movement, great play there, and ends up with two.
Three-point shot by Vestal.
So just when the Golden Eagles get something going, the Southwest Christian Eagles answer.
I was going to speak about how great of a defensive possession JBU had the possession before. Then they allowed that open three.
Orpo gets a nice look underneath the basket, but can't finish. Shamel takes that one away. Her and Dynas are running in transition. They go back to Shamel, and they have a 2-on-1 and can't turn it into points, but it'll stay with the Golden Eagles here. So great turnover and heads up defensive play by Jana Shamel, cutting off that pass there. Williams goes around the screen from Orpo, gets her own rebound though after the miss. So the Golden Eagles will reset. Down baseline to Shamel. Shamel now. Kicks out to Orpo. Orpo, three-point shot. That's no good. Johnson comes up, shaken up a little bit after that. She'll stay on the floor, and that'll go to Southwest Christian. So we got a one-point ball game with 2 minutes elapsed here in this second quarter. Top of the key to Freimeyer. Now Vestal. Drive baseline, that's tipped away by Orpo. Great defense as Bailey Cameron and Orpo crash down on the ball. Cameron backing down against Johnson. Great move by Cameron, and that's typically money for her, but she can't finish off the glass. Here comes Freimeyer now. They hand off to Johnson. She's working on Orpo. Spins around right into Bailey Cameron, and that's out of bounds. So Cameron and Orpo teaming up again, crashing down inside, and they are owning the post right now.
You assume Coach Jeff Soderquist painted up a defensive model specifically for Johnson, and it's working to perfection. She's only got 2 points, and every time she touches the ball, just completely swarmed by JBU defenders.
Yeah, and you could see that she wanted the isolation to back down Orpo, and Orpo gave her the baseline spin around, knowing she'd go there, and Bailey Cameron was there for help side, and so they were able to take it away. Missed shot again by the Golden Eagles. Neither team shooting the ball particularly well. Southwest Christian under 30%. They're at 29% shooting from the floor. Here's Johnson again. Flips it out on the wing. Freimeyer resets, 6 seconds, and Bailey Cameron takes that pass away. They've got to shoot and travel there. Or they'll say she stepped on the line, and Cameron again took it away. Southwestern looked like they had a seal in the post, and Bailey Cameron denied that pass. Well, when you're struggling on offense, Carter, you better play some good defense, and the Golden Eagles are playing excellent defense right now.
But it appears that the offensive struggle continues.
Number 3, Jana Schammel, her first personal foul.
Just tagged with an offensive foul there.
For the Golden Eagles. Back in the game now for Southwestern, number 31, Carly Richardson.
Vestal now. Crosses the half-court line. Kimmy Dynas takes it away from her.
Kimmy Dynas.
Turns it into 2 points. Coach Soderquist calls them to push, and they'll push it in transition, and Dynas almost got another one.
Kimmy Dynas leads the team in steals for a reason.
Bailey Cameron takes that one away on the defensive side, so she gets herself a block and has been owning that defensive post and pulls up for a three-point shot. In and out, no good. That's a good shot from Bailey Cameron and can't get it to fall.
Timeout, Southwestern Christian.
Last couple of years, and they're 3 for 11 from beyond the arc right now and haven't hit one in the second quarter yet. They'll come out in the full court press, and Sarah Williams gets the ball as Southwest Christian turns it over. They drop it into Bailey Cameron in the post. She's double teamed. Splits the double team off the glass. Bailey Cameron. That's 11 points for her on the evening, as she has over 50% of the Golden Eagles' points. Johnson wants to take it in herself. Williams is there.
Basket by Eliora
and Johnson able to pull up and drop it in.
Finally, Southwestern Christian beats the press, and it ends up with Johnson finally beating that Golden Eagle defense.
Replacing Jana Schammel.
Rosa Orpo couldn't handle the pass. It was a bit of a long pass as they tried to lob it in.
Now for Southwestern Christian,
moving it quickly up the court, and the Golden Eagles turn it over.
And number
both teams turning it over
33, Brooklyn Judkins.
Evenly, 8 turnovers apiece. And contributing to their respective offensive struggles. 3-point shot. That's up and good.
3-point basket by Mackenzie Jans.
That's Mackenzie Jans who knocked that one down.
And that turnover on the other end, and all of a sudden, Southwestern Christian has some momentum.
It's a tie ball game now. And really, that's when they've been able to break JBU's defense, is when they stretch out those zones and are able to find a shooter open in the corner. They've caught the Golden Eagles a couple times with that look. Teague, top of the key. She checked in. First time off the bench. Here's Cameron. Teague wants to go inside on Johnson. She's fouled.
Southwestern foul.
Nice work by Teague, and she fought her way in there. Some well-earned free throws from Allie Teague. Hit the floor pretty hard there. Looks like Courtney Fine and Ferguson will come in. Fine came in a few games ago and knocked some threes down off the bench. We haven't seen her that much, but when she's coming off the bench, kind of as a spark who shoots a lot of threes. Maybe they're trying to get that JBU offense going.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, she had more of a prominent role on the team coming in off the bench, and hasn't got a lot of minutes, like you said, Carter, this year. Southwest Christian now on the wing. Top of the key to Freimeyer. She's working on Fergan. They'll drop it off and pull up for the three-point shot. No good. Fergan pulls down the board. She'll move it in transition, and Courtney Fine goes back to Fergan. And they drop it into Teague. Teague in the post. Off the glass, no good. Johnson's there. Teague tips it away. And the Golden Eagles are going to press.
It worked fairly well the last time. They did get a turnover out of it on one attempt.
They break it pretty easily. They drop it off to Johnson, and they're going to say she traveled. Bailey Cameron was there. So the Golden Eagles have effectively shut down Eliora Johnson. Only 4 points so far. This is a player that averaged 15 points and 14 rebounds a game. And she's still coming up big on the boards for the Southwestern Christian Eagles. Bailey Cameron gets that one taken away and goes out of bounds.
Nice save by the SCU bench over there to make sure Johnson landed safely in a seat. She went flying towards the bench.
That was a good gamble there by Johnson. Sneaking up on Cameron there, picking her pocket a little bit, and took it away, but couldn't handle the pass. Here's Martin. Fine. Drops it into Cameron. Cameron all the way across the court. Great pass. Taylor Fergan for three, and that's good.
3-point basket by Taylor Fergan.
Saw that as beyond me because she had her back turned to the basket on the opposite side and found Fergan in the corner on the opposite side. Somehow got it over her head and into the hands of an open Taylor Fergan.
Southwest Christian now. In the corner. Spin around jump shot at the free throw line. What a shot there by Amy Tully. And it's again a tie ball game. 25 all. A little over 2 minutes to go in this first half. Down inside to Cameron again. All the way across the court to Teague. Teague pulls up for three, and that's good.
I don't know how many threes Ellie Teague has actually taken this year. It can't be that many, but she knocks down that one and gives JBU a 3-point lead. And only her 10th 3-point attempt this season.
Martin fighting through the screen. They drop it off to Freimeyer. Freimeyer, 3-point shot. That's good. So Southwest Christian answers. We've got a back and forth battle.
Are we watching the same game that we were watching 5 minutes ago,
Yeah,
Jeff?
both teams have caught some offensive rhythm. Fergan all the way across to Teague, top of the key, 16 on the shot clock. Now to Martin. Fergan's caught at the baseline. Cameron's going to drive, drops it off to Teague. She's going to drive, 3 on the shot clock. Somebody's got to put something up, and Fergan no good. But Teague fought for that rebound, and it'll stay with JBU. Great job by Teague.
Allie Teague has shown that she deserves to get the time that she's getting right now. She knocks down a 3, drives in, hits the open Fergan. Fergan doesn't make the 3, but then Teague hustles in, gives JBU a fresh shot clock.
1:06 left to go in the half. For the Golden Eagles to be nice for them to build some momentum heading into halftime after a tough offensive first half. Bailey Cameron knocks down that 3-point bucket. And that's just the kind of momentum they needed. 14 points for Bailey Cameron. As again, she's responsible for nearly half the team's scoring. Johnson, top of the key. They'll go back to her. She drives inside, spin move, pull up, no good. The Golden Eagles have another chance to put some points on the board. Top of the key to Teague. Pump fake, she thought about it. Martin has it now. She wants to drive. Good drive inside by Martin. That's taken away by Johnson. They'll say it was last touched by Martin. So good hustle and drive inside by Martin, and even better defensive play there by Johnson. Shot clock's turned off.
Coach Soderquist was trying to get Rosa Orpo in there to defend, but the referee didn't see her to call for the
2 seconds on the shot on the game clock. Travel called on Southwest Christian, so Orpo does check in for Bailey Cameron, and they'll try to put something up before halftime. Or maybe they'll just dribble it out and go into the locker room with a 3-point lead.
That wasn't nearly as fun.
Welcome back to the second half of action as the Southwest Christian Eagles get started quickly with a steal and bucket by Johnson, and Sarah Williams is fouled on her way up to the bucket.
Southwestern Christian foul charge to number 1, Kylie Vest.
Of course, we mentioned how great of defense JBU played against Eliora there in the first half, and
Sarah Williams is at the line.
scores one right at the beginning of the second half.
And she thinks if they're going to shut her down in the half court, she'll just take it away and run in transition, and that's exactly what she did. Great play by her, and Williams comes back and knocks down her free throws, extending JBU's lead back out to 3. Travel by the Southwest Christian Eagles. John Brown gets the ball.
Pretty easy walk call for the official to make there. I think just about everybody on that side of the arena saw it.
Dynas swings it into Shamel, who cuts inside. She goes to work off the glass, and Jana Shamel is good for 2, and JBU goes up by 5. All the way across the court is the pass from the Eagles. Vestal now. 15 on the shot clock. Back out to Vestal. Good defense by the Golden Eagles, not allowing Johnson a path into the lane, and Tully's able to pull up for the jumper as the shot clock was winding down, so they end up getting a bucket out of the possession, but that's a tough possession for the Golden Eagles to defend so well. That long 3-point shot by Jana Shamel, and that's good.
Shamel knocks that one down. That was, I think she was so deep, the Southwestern Christian, I don't know if they were expecting her to shoot it. She did. She knocked it down.
Here's Vestal now. Kimmy Dynas tipping that one away, and Southwestern Christian has 1 to shoot. Nice job by Dynas.
Nice of you to say tipped that one away. I think she completely just slapped that one away.
They try a one-timer a little bit, and great job by Bailey Cameron keeping her hands up and not drawing the contact. That's the last thing you want to do in that situation. But you see the Eagles changing their strategy up a little bit to combat JBU's 3-2 zone and trying to stretch them out and making Dynas run all the way across the court, and she did and made up some ground, and like you mentioned, Carter, slapped that one away. And Cameron drives inside, beats the entire Southwest Christian team for the 2. What a move by Bailey Cameron. And Jana Shamel takes that one away. So the Golden Eagles force a turnover. They give one right back as Johnson was right there to take it away from Kimmy Dynas in transition. Golden Eagles up by 8. They'll push it back out. There's Freimeyer. Top of the key, no good, or excuse me, in the corner, no good for the shot.
Freimeyer hasn't missed that many, so just that shot was a little bit of an oddity for her.
Long pass cutting Shamel. What a play there by Dynas, dropping it into Shamel. Cut inside and dropped in the 2. And Shamel tipped that one away. The Golden Eagles are putting good use of this press. That last play was so good, I couldn't even talk.
That's me most of the time, Jeff. But JBU, they're looking pretty good. They're finally in that rhythm. They got a 10-point lead. Moving the ball really well. moving themselves really well.
Johnson able to break the pressure, and Southwest Christian calls a timeout, so they do find 6:34 to go in this third quarter. Sarah Williams will bring it up the court. Orpo finds Cameron. Cameron, the cutting Williams. What a pass by Williams, and Orpo pulls up for the mid-range shot. That's good. Sarah Williams beat her defender, and Bailey Cameron did a great job dropping it into her in the lane, and then in traffic, she was able to pass it out to Orpo, who was wide open. Long three-point shot, no good. Golden Eagles able to keep the ball. Great job by Schammel again, chasing it down and tipping it off of Johnson. Down inside to Cameron. She goes to work on the block. Cameron absolutely destroyed the defender there and knocked it down for 18 on the night.
Could be one of those nights that Bailey goes up for about 30. And she's just not much getting in her way tonight.
What a game she's been having. Tip again by Schammel. What a pass by Sarah Williams. We'll see if we can catch a replay of that one. Sarah Williams threaded the needle there to Bailey Cameron running in transition. And Cameron now with 20 points on the evening. What an assist there by Williams.
That's by Eliora Johnson.
Follow-away shot by Johnson's good. She's up to 10, and Dynas drops it into Orpo. Orpo goes to work on the baseline. Shammel's open. And they swing it to Dynas again in the corner. Schammel goes to work again off the glass, and Jana Shammel's been good underneath, with Cameron and Orpo spreading out to the three-point line to draw the post defenders away, and it's been wide open for Jana Schammel to go to work, and she pulls down that board.
JBU's kind of a different game plan than what they usually do. JBU is usually a three-point shooting team, but they're on that low block. Here it is again.
And they're running their offense through Bailey Cameron on that block and letting her create, whether it be to pass out of it or go up for the shot. That time she missed, but the Golden Eagles have extended their lead to 14. Whole new crop of players check in, or getting ready to check in for the Golden Eagles. Dynas got a hand on that one. Johnson picked it up. So tough play there. The Golden Eagles defending it well. Dynas tips the pass, and it falls right to Johnson, who is there for the bucket. Sarah Williams down inside. Off the glass from Sarah Williams, and that's good. Golden Eagles are turning it on. That's a full timeout.
Sarah Williams underneath that often, but she took care of it like a charm right there. Pretty easy for her. And you see the splits on how many threes JBU's made in the second half compared to the first, because just about all of their points have come underneath the basket.
Job from a scheme standpoint, drawing the defenders out of that and leaving that spot really wide open for them.
They lead up by 14 right now.
And they'll stay in this full court pressure. Whole new group of players in, and Dynas takes it away. She's able to turn it into points, and they'll set back up and try again.
That'll be her third steal this evening, I think.
Christina's there. Fergan, the pass to Johnson. Johnson with a move. And they'll call that one on Teague, trying to defend Johnson in the off the dribble.
Golden Eagle foul charged to number 20, Ali Teague. Her first personal foul, first team foul of the second half. At the line for two shots, Eliora Johnson.
Johnson is up to 14, and with SCU down by 14, they might see Johnson taking even more shots than she took in the first half.
Bergen drops it into Dynas. Southwest Christian tries the press of their own. They'll tip that one out of bounds. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Fergan now. Golden Eagles still with a 14-point lead. Christina setting the screen up top. Teague goes to work. 3-point shot by Christina, no good, but Taylor Fergan pulls down the rebound. The Golden Eagles have another 30 seconds. Into Fergan, underneath the basket. Taylor Fergan with a great offensive series there, grabbing an offensive board, and then coming in and dropping it in off the glass for the two.
Christina with a bullet of a pass there. She zipped it in right there to Fergan, who finished.
So the Golden Eagles put on the defensive pressure, and now they're back into their half-court defense. Here's Freimeyer. She drives inside, fouled by Martin. That'll send her to the line.
Golden Eagle foul charged to number 12, Jordan Martin, her second personal foul.
That's Martin's second. Jana Shamel, after taking a rest on the bench, she'll check back in.
Jana Shamel returns now for the Golden Eagles, replacing Kimmy Dynas. In the game for Southwestern Christian, number 23, McKenna Morley.
Fergan now. Breaks out of the double team nicely from the pressure Southwest Christian was putting on. Shamel finds Fergan underneath the basket. No call on the contact, and she wasn't able to finish as the defender closed quickly. Looked like there was some contact there on that shot. Martin there on defense. Pull-up shot no good. Teague chased it down but didn't touch it, so it stays, or so it goes to the Golden Eagles too often. We've seen a couple times when they've been able to break it and they got Johnson open underneath, but they've been able to seamlessly shift even when they don't get the turnover back into their strong half-court set.
I'm gonna have to ask Coach Soderquist what the defensive plan was tonight, if they game planned a little bit differently around a player like Johnson, because they are defending very well this evening.
Teague to Fergan. Fergan to Martin. Martin drives inside, drops it off to Teague. Teague up off the glass, no good. And Jordan Martin takes it, drops it in off the glass. Offensive board by Martin. Turns into some points. The Golden Eagles again applying pressure. Shamel tries to take it away and does. Christina comes up with it, and here comes Fergan. So the Golden Eagles force another turnover. Fergan finds Martin. She has time. Front of the rim, no good, but Fergan pulls down the board. Taylor Fergan's been putting in some nice minutes here in this third quarter. About a second difference between the shot and game clock. Shamel, one-on-one. Defense is there. She finds Martin in the other corner, and this time Martin's good.
Only Jordan Martin opened twice. She might miss the first one, but she will definitely knock the second one down.
5 seconds left here in this third quarter, and the Golden Eagles have absolutely owned this quarter. Take a lot of uncomfortable shots. She's only 5 of 9 from the floor, and 4 of those points she's gotten from the free throw line. A couple of them have been kind of just some breakdowns in defense from the Golden Eagles on their press, and so really they're doing such a nice job taking Johnson away out of that offense. Southwest Christian able to hang on to the ball after the player slipped, and Bailey Cameron kind of ricocheted that rebound to Jana Shamel. So Cameron is back in. Original starting 5 except for Jordan Martin. She's in for Kimmy Dynas. Bailey Cameron beats Johnson. She's double teamed. Trying to find a player, and she'll just go to work. Gets it taken away. No call. They're going to call that one clean, and Johnson trying to go coast to coast. It gets tangled up with Orpo. It'll stay with Southwest Christian. So Golden Eagles defending that well. Bailey Cameron trying to close out on the shooter, and that falls. The shot by Freimeyer.
Can't leave Freimeyer open like she was there. She will knock those down just about every time. She's got 15.
Schammel has the screen from Cameron if she wants it. She sets up, that's a 2. No good on the shot. Three-point shot by Freimeyer, and that's good. So Golden Eagles have switched their attack back to the half-court sets really on both sides once Bailey Cameron gets back. And we've seen, obviously, that's so effective, but I wonder if it took them a little bit out of rhythm, changing from that, the full court pressure, and then they switch immediately back once Bailey Cameron gets back on the court to a different style. And you got to wonder if that aggressive press would have been better off keeping that going to enter this fourth quarter. Johnson tracks down the offensive board, so it'll reset, and the Southwest Christian Eagles will get another chance at it. .14 on the shot clock. Thought about the long three. Front of the rim, no good, and the Golden Eagles pull down the board. So the defense holds on that one, and Jana Schammel will bring it up for the Lady Golden Eagles. Cameron going to work on Johnson. Three in the key called on Bailey Cameron.
Back in the game now for Southwestern, number 14, Carly Freimeyer.
And they will set back up in a bit of their pressure defense. Long pass to Johnson. Freimeyer shot. No good. Schammel tracks it down and drops it off to Orpo, and that's a foul on Southwest Christian.
Morley, her first personal foul. First team foul in the fourth quarter.
Really, with that pressure defense, it doesn't allow Southwest Christian to dictate as much. They kind of have to take what JBU gives them with the way they're putting on the pressure, and Cameron, the nice roll of the basket, just misses there on the shot. But I think that's what you want if you're Coach Soderquist, because we've seen them being able to manipulate this 2-3 zone a little bit at the beginning of this fourth quarter and knock down some threes, and especially for a team that's looking to shoot the three ball in this fourth quarter. You don't want to see them doing that to you. Cameron goes inside.
Scored in this quarter yet. 8-0 run to start it for Southwestern Christian.
Yeah, you're right. Cameron, three-point bucket. That's good. Right on cue, Carter.
As always.
23 points tonight for Bailey Cameron. Extends their lead back out to 14.
I'm here to break any scoring droughts the Golden Eagles may suffer through.
They're going to catch Bailey Cameron coming up for the help. Vestal dropped it inside to Tully. And Cameron picks up her first personal. Dinah's checking back in, so the original starting five back on the floor for the Golden Eagles. And that's a tough play by Cameron, as she's doing a nice job coming in and cutting off the lane, and just a little bit too much contact on the shooter.
Nice
leads to the three-point play.
Morley kind of muscled her way in there and finished the three-point play and capitalizes on the free throw.
Sarah Williams, nice drop off to Jana Schammel. That's no good on the three-point shot. And Dinah slips and falls into Johnson. So another foul.
It's rebound number 12 for Johnson, so she'll end up just about hitting her double-double average as she typically does.
Freimeyer, baseline now, all the way back out, and they'll drop it off to Freimeyer. She's picked up by Cameron. They swing it back out to Tully. Here's Vestal now. Pull-up jump shot, no good, and Cameron and Johnson fight for that rebound, and they'll call it a jump ball, possession arrow pointing towards JBU. So Cameron doing a nice job wrestling in with Johnson. Leads to a JBU possession. Golden Eagles still up by 11. Sarah Williams now to Orpo. Orpo's double teamed, finds Cameron. Cameron's double teamed and able to find Williams. Williams loses it, and that'll stay with the Golden Eagles. Freimeyer was putting on the pressure there by Sarah Williams. Williams fouled again. 2 quick fouls by Southwest Christian. You got a couple to give as as it resets at the quarter. Bailey Cameron now takes the inbound. Here's Schammel, top of the key. Over to Dynas. Finds Schammel underneath, and Shammel's fouled. She's in a bit of a precarious spot underneath the basket, waited for the defender to get there to give her a little bit of push in case she missed the shot. And so that does send her to the line.
Just a wise senior play right there. Is she knew that she didn't have a great spot for the layup, but she knew that the player was coming, and she knew she could get some contact, and she did.
Capitalizes on the free throws and extends JBU's lead to 12. Back out to a 13-point lead now. JBU back in the press. We're at the 5-minute mark as Jana Schammel takes it away. She's fouled again, hard into the side of the basket. And she looks to be okay getting up, but that's some hard contact there as 2 players were chasing her off of the steal, but she converted. What a play by Schammel, is now able to go back to try to convert the 3-point play after knocking in 2 free throws just previously. So within about a 5-second span, you've had Jana Schammel with 5 points, a steal, completing a 3-point play, and almost has another steal there as she broke on the ball. Freimeyer, long 3-point shot, didn't bounce, or didn't get the shooter's roll that time, but the Golden Eagles foul on the rebound, and that'll stay with Southwest Christian. So with that little run by Schammel, the Golden Eagles able to extend their lead back out to 16 after Southwest Christian really cut into it at the beginning of that quarter with that 8-0 run. Here's Tully, back to Freimeyer. 14 on the shot clock. Freimeyer. It's the drive inside, trying to get it past Bailey Cameron. Golden Eagles are there for the board. So another good defensive series by the Lady Golden Eagles. Sarah Williams swings to Dynas. Inside to Orpo. Orpo, one-on-one against Johnson, and she's fouled.
Southwestern foul. Charge number 2, Eliora Johnson, her second personal foul. Rosa Orpo's at the line for 2 shots.
5th foul means JBU will shoot free throws here from here on out.
Which is key with 4 minutes left to go here in this 4th quarter. And the Golden Eagles also trying to protect the ball, and Southwest Christian trying to press with it. Broadcast camera's pointing at the court. Check the broadcast camera, guys. Long 3-point shot by Vestal, no good. Sarah Williams pulls down the rebound. The Golden Eagles will set back up. Cameron drives inside. Johnson's there to cut her off. Sarah Williams back out to Cameron. Again trying to drive inside. Johnson was there and shut her down and goes back to Southwest Christian. Like that was Schammel that was called for the foul. Well, that'll be on Sarah Williams as they tried to strip the ball as Freimeyer was driving in. And she'll go to the line now. 4 team fouls for the Golden Eagles. Fergan and Christina check back in for Sarah Williams and Bailey Cameron.
A 17-point lead here for JBU. Cannot slow down, though. You got to keep putting the pressure on. Sounds safe, but you can never be sure in the Sooner.
Especially when we saw how quickly they were able to knock down a couple 3-point shots at the top of that 4th quarter and cut in to the lead pretty quickly. Schammel now. Drops it into Kimmy Dynas. Dynas will go to work. Off the glass, no good. Johnson pulls down the board. Freimeyer drops it off, and that's taken away. Golden Eagles were there on defense, looked like good defense, and they're going to catch Orpo with the 5th team foul, so both teams now in the bonus. That's Jans shooting 2. Schammel will take a seat, and Jordan Martin checks in for her. So 14-point ball game now with 2:56 left to go. So 14-point ball game now with 2:56 left to go. Golden Eagles' goal on this is to protect the ball and take as much time as possible on this possession. Fergan now with it, hands off to Dynas. Dynas caught in the corner, and Fergan's all alone. Swings it out to Orpo. It's Christina. They'll go to Fergan. Nice drive baseline by Taylor Fergan, and she gets it tipped away by Johnson. They were able to take some time off the clock. Great defensive play by Johnson, tracking down Fergan. Long shot by Freimeyer, no good. Martin smartly doesn't touch it, and it'll go back to the Golden Eagles off the miss. The Golden Eagles having a chance to take another 30 off the clock. Dynas splits the defenders as they were applying pressure, and that'll send her to the line.
Southwestern Christian foul charge.
A few free throws here to pretty much end it for the Golden Eagles.
Kimmy Dynas is at the line for a
Big 3rd quarter really pretty much did it for JBU tonight. The strong defensive quarter and a lot of points scored. They really gave themselves a good chance when they exploded there in the 3rd.
Yeah, they've forced 18 turnovers, 28 points off of turnovers for the Golden Eagles, and really haven't allowed a lot of offensive boards either. And so that's the two big metrics you check, especially with this Lady Golden Eagle team, is turnovers and offensive rebounds, and they've done great in both of those categories. Bucket given up here with 1:45 left. Fergan now crosses the half-court lines. Christina drops it off to Martin. Golden Eagles still up by 14. It's Christina, top of the key, to Fergan. Ten on the shot clock. Orpo cuts to the basket. Nice move by Orpo, and she drops it in.
Haven't heard much from Rosa Orpo tonight. She did start. She's only got 6 points, but big bucket there, and that one should pretty much put this one on ice.
And she's been great defensively so far in this game as well, putting in some really solid minutes down low defensively for the Golden Eagles. They come away with the board there. Bergen. To Martin as the Golden Eagles just trying to get through this possession. Martin underneath the basket, drops it in. That's from Orpo. Jordan Martin coming away with 7 points out of this contest. Kimmy Dinas with 11. The two leading scorers for the Golden Eagles out there on the court right now. What a move there by Jans. Falling away, able to knock it in, but the Golden Eagles, with the shot clock turned off, can now just dribble out this possession. And what a game by the Lady Golden Eagles, as they'll finish this out 77-61 in front of the home crowd, taking down the visiting Southwestern Christian Eagles from Bethany, Oklahoma. And Golden Eagles